Hello, it's Professor Asma Parveen from Department of Psychology, Aligarh Muslim University. Today I will explain the hypotheses, their meaning, and their sources. In the world of science, hypotheses serve as valuable tools for researchers. These concise statements act as compasses, guiding scientists through their investigations. By capturing the essence of a research question, hypotheses provide a roadmap for exploration and discovery. They are the researchers' attempt to understand, explain, or predict the phenomena they are studying. Whether it is unraveling the complexities of nature, understanding social interactions, or delving into the workings of human mind, hypotheses serve as guiding lights that encourage researchers to venture into the unknown. Hypotheses play a crucial role in shaping the direction of scientific research. They provide focus and structure to the investigations, ensuring that researchers remain on track. By posing specific questions and making predictions, hypotheses guide the design of experiments and data collection methods. They enable researchers to systematically gather information and analyze it in order to gain insights and draw meaningful conclusions. There are certain definitions of hypotheses. Hypotheses are statements that suggest a relationship between variables according to different authors. Kurlinger defines a hypothesis as a statement that suggests a relationship between two or more variables. Trochim described it as a precise and testable statement about what the researcher predicts will happen in the study. Johnson and Christensen characterize it as a specific and testable preposition about a phenomena. Salkind explains this as a statement that predicts the relationship between variables, often indicating that one variable has an effect on another. At its core, a hypothesis is a tentative idea that seeks to explain observed phenomena. It serves as the starting point of the scientific method, a systematic approach to gaining knowledge through observation, experimentation, and analysis. Hypotheses are born out of curiosity and guided by logic. They propel scientific inquiries and researches forward, enabling us to seek understanding and truth. Throughout history, hypotheses have played a pivotal role in shaping our understanding of the world. They have led to significant breakthroughs in scientific thinking, challenging previously held beliefs and expanding our knowledge. Examples such as Galileo's proposition that the sun is at the center of the solar system and the Darwin's theory of evolution through natural selection demonstrate how hypotheses have sparked revolution in our understanding. Even in modern research, hypotheses remain the foundation of inquiry, driving innovation and discovery across all fields of study. Creating a hypothesis is a vital part of the scientific process, requiring both creativity and rigor. It involves taking complex ideas and transforming them into specific statements that can be tested, setting the stage for further investigation. A well crafted hypothesis not only clarifies the research question but also serves as a framework for generating more hypotheses, guiding data collection, and interpreting results. Functions of a hypothesis. A hypothesis plays various functions because these are necessary for any research study. It serves several functions that bring clarity and focus to the study. Firstly, a hypothesis helps specify the exact information that needs to be discovered, adding specificity and clarity to the research problem. This ensures that only relevant data is collected, improving the validity of the study by measuring what has intended to be measured. Additionally, constructing a hypothesis enhances objectivity by providing a clear focus for the research. Furthermore, testing a hypothesis allows for specific conclusions to be drawn about what is true or false, contributing to the formulation of theories. While not essential for all studies, a hypothesis serves these vital functions by bringing clarity, focus, objectivity, and the ability to contribute to the theory formulation. So, by understanding the importance of hypothesis, researchers can conduct more effective and meaningful studies. There are various sources of hypothesis. All the researchers they derive these hypotheses from various sources, and one of such source is theories, which are established ideas or frameworks within a specific field of study. Theories serve as a foundation for researchers, helping them understand concepts and guiding them in formulating specific hypotheses based on the principles or assumptions of the theory. For example, in the field of psychology, a hypothesis regarding how thinking impacts behavior could be influenced by theories such as Piaget's theory of cognitive development or Bandura's social learning theory. Observations also serve as a valuable source for generating hypotheses. Researchers can make hypotheses based on direct observations of the phenomena in the natural world or in controlled settings. These observations often lead to questions about the causes of certain phenomena or the relationship between variables, prompting further investigation and hypothesis development. For example, a biologist who notices patterns in animal behavior might develop hypotheses regarding the factors those that influence those behaviors, such as environmental cues or genetic predisposition. Literature review is a crucial part of the research process and it becomes another source for hypothesis, and it allows researchers to gain an understanding of what is already known in the field and identify any gaps or inconsistencies in the existing knowledge. So, by identifying these gaps, researchers can develop hypotheses to address unanswered questions or resolve discrepancies. Additionally, experts in the field who have extensive knowledge and experience can contribute to hypothesis generation by offering unique perspectives and suggesting ideas or areas for further investigation. For instance, a psychologist with years of experience may propose hypotheses about human behavior based on his experience. This collaborative approach helps to advance knowledge and drive further research in the field. Another source is previous research. Researchers often build upon existing studies to expand our knowledge and explore new questions, and they use the findings from previous research to develop hypotheses, which are educated guesses about what might happen in a study. These hypotheses can either try to replicate or challenge established results, explore different explanations, or apply existing theories to new situations. For example, a psychologist might use past studies, memory retention to come up with hypotheses about how different learning strategies affect long term memory recall. In addition to building upon previous research, practical problems and challenges can also inspire researchers to come up with hypotheses. Real world issues can serve as the catalyst for understanding and formulating hypotheses. As researchers seek to understand the root causes of these problems or find solutions for them. For instance, in the field of public health research, hypotheses about what factors contribute to the spread of infectious diseases can arise from efforts to control outbreaks and protect public health. The development of hypotheses is an essential step in the scientific research process. It allows researchers to formulate specific research questions and guide their investigations. By formulating hypotheses, researchers are able to focus their efforts and determine the most effective methods for gathering data and analyzing results. This systematic approach ensures that research is conducted in a rigorous and objective manner, leading to reliable and valid conclusions. Another important source is analogies. They play a crucial role in the research by allowing researchers to draw connections between different phenomena. These comparisons provide valuable insights and can lead to the development of new theories and concepts. For example, a chemist studying new materials might find inspiration in biology and use similarities between biological molecules and these materials to generate ideas about their potential applications. Another important research approach is exploratory research, where researchers delve into the topic without a specific plan. Through data gathering and observations, hypotheses can naturally emerge. These hypotheses can then be tested and refined in future research to determine their validity and broader applicability. For example, a sociologist conducting interviews may identify patterns in people's responses that lead to hypotheses about social dynamics or cultural norms. By employing all these sources, researchers can formulate hypotheses that are grounded in solid theory, can be tested with evidence, and contribute to the advancement of knowledge. The next step is formulation of a hypothesis. When we are doing a research, it is an important step to begin by formulating a hypothesis, because a hypothesis serves as a guiding statement that can be tested throughout the investigation. So, to develop a hypothesis, researchers must first identify the specific question they aim to answer in their research. This question should be focused and directly related to their research topic. They understand that a well defined research question is crucial in guiding their investigation. So, after determining the research question, it is essential to review existing literature on the subject. This step is essential as it allows them to gain an understanding of what has already been studied in their field. By examining previous research, scientists can identify gaps in knowledge, explore existing theories, and consider relevant factors that should be taken into account when formulating their hypothesis. After identifying a research question, the next step is and reviewing the existing literature, researchers can begin to formulate hypotheses. It is a statement that suggests a relationship between different factors or predicts an outcome. It should be clear and concise, providing a foundation for further investigation. Once a hypothesis has been formulated, it must meet the criterion of testability. This means that it can be tested through observation or experimentation and either confirmed or disproven. Testability ensures that the hypothesis is based on real evidence and contribute to expanding our knowledge. Without testability, a hypothesis lacks scientific validity and cannot provide meaningful insights. Next one is clarifying variables and conditions. In order to design effective research methods and procedures for testing the hypothesis, it is crucial to clarify the variables involved and the conditions under which the relationship or effect is expected to occur. This clarity helps ensure that the study is focused and accurate, allowing researchers to gather relevant data and draw valid conclusions. So, by clearly defining variables and conditions, researchers can avoid ambiguity and potential confounding factors that may impact the results. Next step is refining the hypothesis. When conducting research, it is crucial for researchers to refine and improve their hypothesis. This involves seeking feedback from others, gathering more evidence, and gaining new insights. It is important for researchers to remain open to changing their hypothesis as they progress with their research. So, to formulate a hypothesis, researchers begin by identifying the question they want to answer. They then review existing studies on the topic to gain a better understanding. From there, they develop testable hypotheses and clearly define the variables and conditions they will be studying. Researchers also consider alternative explanations for their findings. Throughout the research process, adjustments and enhancements to the hypothesis may be necessary. There are certain errors in the formulation of hypotheses. Researchers often make certain mistakes when they are formulating hypotheses which can impact the accuracy and reliability of their findings. So, in order to ensure thorough and trustworthy research, it is crucial for researchers to recognize and address these challenges and errors. Two common mistakes in hypothesis formulation are overgeneralization and lack of clarity. Overgeneralization occurs when researchers create hypotheses that are too broad and extend beyond the scope of the research question or available evidence. These hypotheses may make grand claims that cannot be supported by the data or fail to specify the conditions under which the relationship being studied occurs. This can lead to misleading or inaccurate conclusions. Another mistake researchers make is a lack of clarity in their hypothesis. When hypotheses are not clear and precise, they are prone to being misunderstood and causing confusion. Unclear hypotheses may use vague language, undefined terms, or complicated sentence structure, making it difficult for researchers to understand and effectively test the hypothesis. So, this lack of clarity can hinder the progress of the research and compromise the validity of the results. Another common error is failure to specify variables. This is one of the major mistakes in hypothesis formulating, that is, failure to clearly specify the variables involved. When the variables are not clearly defined, it can lead to confusion and uncertainty during the testing process. This makes it difficult for researchers to accurately identify and measure the relevant factors. Another common error is ignoring alternative explanations or rival hypotheses that could explain the observed phenomenon. It is important for researchers to consider other possible factors that could affect the validity of their hypothesis, such as confounding variables or competing theories. By thinking ahead and addressing these potential factors, researchers can strengthen the validity of their findings. Next common error is overly complex hypothesis. When conducting scientific research, it is crucial for researchers to develop hypotheses that are clear and easy to understand. Complex hypotheses can be difficult to test and comprehend, especially when there are numerous variables and conditions involved. This makes it challenging to focus on the main factors being studied. Additionally, hypotheses based on assumptions without any evidence or logical reasoning are problematic. It is essential for researchers to critically evaluate the assumptions and theories behind their hypothesis to ensure they are supported by real evidence. So, to avoid these pitfalls, researchers should adhere to certain principles when formulating hypotheses. First, hypotheses should be clear and specific, leaving no room for ambiguity. This allows for precise testing and analysis. Secondly, hypotheses should be testable, meaning that they can be empirically examined and verified through experimentation or observation. This ensures that the hypothesis can be rigorously tested and studied in scientific research. Furthermore, hypotheses should be logically consistent, meaning that they should align with existing knowledge and theories. This helps to establish a strong foundation for the hypothesis and increases the credibility. By following these important principles, researchers can create hypotheses that are robust and reliable, enabling them to conduct thorough and meaningful scientific investigations. So, in conclusion, we can say that the development of clear and understandable hypothesis is crucial in scientific research. Next, I will going to discuss is characteristics of a good hypothesis. A good hypothesis is an essential tool in the scientific process, and a good hypothesis possesses certain qualities that allow it to guide experiments and investigations effectively. One of these qualities is testability. which means that the hypothesis can be proven or disproven through observation, experiments, or data analysis. This testability is crucial because it ensures that the hypothesis is grounded in real evidence and contribute to our understanding of the subject at hand. By formulating hypotheses that are testable, scientists can gather valuable insights and expand our knowledge. Another important characteristic of a good hypothesis is its specificity. It means it should be clear and specific, providing a concise explanation of the relationship between different factors or predicting a specific outcome. This specificity enables researchers to design appropriate methods and procedures for testing the hypothesis, as well as draw meaningful conclusions from the data they collect. Furthermore, a good hypothesis must clearly address the research question at hand. It should be relevant to the topic being investigated, grounded in existing theories and evidence, and aligned with the overall objectives of the research study. By ensuring this alignment, researchers can ensure that their hypothesis contributes to the broader understanding of the subject matter. Moreover, a good hypothesis should be falsifiable. It means that there must be a possibility of proving it wrong through empirical evidence. Falsifiability is crucial because it ensures that hypotheses are not mere speculations or unfounded assumptions, but rather statements that can be rigorously tested and potentially disproven. A well crafted hypothesis is essential for any scientific study. It should be clear, precise, and easily understood. A good hypothesis leaves no room for confusion or ambiguity, clearly stating what is being studied and the relationship or effect being hypothesized. Additionally, it should also include any conditions or assumptions that are relevant to the hypothesis. Furthermore, a strong hypothesis must be consistent with the existing knowledge in the field. It should align with established theories, evidence, and principles. By building upon previous research and contributing to our understanding, a hypothesis gains credibility and validity. This means that scientists must take into account what is already known before formulating their hypothesis. This is all about the hypothesis. Thank you.